Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars, Disney, Lucasfilm, they've decided that they're going to recast Baylan Skoll, who was in Ahsoka, who was the only good thing about Ahsoka, played by the late and great Ray Stevenson, who unfortunately passed away and never actually got to see the incredible fan response to his former Jedi, Baylan. A shame. Genuine shame. Guy was a powerhouse and was absolutely fantastic as Baylan Skoll. The only good performance out of the entire show, and the actor's gone. So, yeah, no justice in the world, I guess. And for all intents and purposes, the dude, never really got his time to shine in Hollywood, I don't think. A very underrated actor. And he put in a lot of nuance in his performance as Baylan. So, who have they got to replace him? Well, that's what we're going to take a look at. Hit subscribe if you're new here, or you're a returning subscriber, because I can see that there's lots of people, returning viewer, not subscriber. I can see there's a lot of people that keep coming back that are not subscribed. It'd be great to have you here more often. But they got this guy to replace him. Rory McCann. For those that don't know, just from looking at him, of course, he was in Game of Thrones as the Hound. So, he's a large guy. Doesn't look a bloody thing like Ray Stevenson, and I think maybe that's a good thing to a degree. Although they are obviously going to make him look similar in terms of the makeup effects and the beard and things like that. So let's just get someone that looks a little bit more like him. I don't know what I think of all of this. It's a shame. At the end of the day, does the character die with the actor? No, of course not. This was one of my main issues when it came to the Black Panther movie because of Chadwick Boseman. Marvel has a habit of recasting people after they died. They did it with General Ross quite easily and quickly, and no one really cared. And then they chose not to do it with Chadwick Boseman. It seemed odd to me. So I'm not against characters being recast. I do think, again, I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. There could have been a way. There absolutely could have been a way where this character was written out of the show, and they didn't need to. They didn't need to recast them. There was definitely the opportunity for that, for sure. Plenty of opportunities, actually. So this will be interesting to see what happens as a show moving forwards, and also it'll be interesting to see how it's received. I think Rory McCann, good on him. He's not really done a lot, to be fair, since Game of Thrones. Not things of note that everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, I remember this and I remember that. Name one thing he's been in without Google searching it. You're going to be hard pressed. So good on him for getting a role. I don't hate people for working, for sure. It's just one of those things that I think, yeah, they just could have. They could have written it, wrote him out of the show. It'll be interesting to see where they go with this character now. But yeah, shall we have a look at the article from The Hollywood Reporter? Yes, we shall. It is important to note that they didn't break this news. It was actually broke by Jeff Snyder, apparently. Allegedly. So, yeah, it says this. Scottish actor Rory McCann, best known for playing the burly brute the Hound in Game of Thrones, will replace the late actor Ray Stevenson for a second season of Star Wars Ahsoka. Stevenson played the hulking former Jedi known as Baylan Skoll, and he was huge, like in terms of prowess on screen and the presence he brought to the show. It was great. Ray Stevenson, for his age and his size, for the size that he was and things like that, it looked great. It looked absolutely bloody brilliant in the show. Really, really formidable. It's kind of what you want in that character. So he died after a brief illness in May, and that was 3 months before the series premiered, which is just such a shame. Never got to know that people thought he was the only good thing in the whole bloody show. The actor was a fan favourite thanks to his resonant voice, humour, and roles in Punisher Warzone and Thor movies and TV's Rome. Yeah, he was a great actor. Genuinely a great actor. And a shame, you know, we lost a good dude there, to be fair. Now, I don't know whether they say this, look, it's unclear when the new season's set to begin shooting or who will be directing. Dave Filoni was the showrunner of season 1 and is returning in the same capacity. I'm sure they'll just have rando people that are on board. So McCann was apparently on big screen in Gladiator 2. Didn't realise that, but okay. He was also in Edgar Wright's Hot Fuzz, Triple X Return of Xander Cage. Like, no one fucking watched that, but alright. Jumanji, The Next Level. He was also in Knuckles Show. Did not know that. Did not know he was in the Knuckles Show. And he was also in the animated series Transformers Earthspark. And he's repped by Emptage Hallett, a monster voice. But as it says here in this article, anyway, is that, yeah, Jeff Snyder first reported it. So I don't know whether they list... Yeah, they don't know. That's just his bloody upgradable things. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the fact that this dude is 58 and he was doing what he was doing was pretty bloody incredible. And loads of people will point to roids and stuff like that due to his size and stuff. But it may very well have contributed. Who knows? It's too difficult to tell, really. You don't even know if he has, you know, was on him or anything like that. It's tricky to tell. But yeah, it's a shame. You know, it says here, you know, the finale featured his last ever scene as the character. And he was kind of... So he was on the Mortis God's sculptures in the mountains, looking out to... It was a bright light, wasn't it? He was looking out to a bright light or something like that was shining in the distance, where the Mortis Gods were pointing. And the implication was that it would be this... Or was it Abeloth? It was Abeloth that it was pointing towards. And he was going to get the power and all this kind of stuff. And it says here, Skull didn't have a big part to play in the events of the concluding episode, but Stevenson would undoubtedly have reprised the role at some point, considering how important his character would appear to be to the ongoing story. It's not hugely surprising that the part has been recast. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a shame. Just a shame. The dude's a legend. Will Rory McCann hold a candle to Ray Stevenson? Who knows? Who knows? He's not a bad actor. You know, he's good in everything he's in. I will say this, he has an equally as unique voice. It's not the same voice, but he does have a uniquely resonant voice. So, yeah, he could be good. You know, he's good at swordplay. We've seen him do swordplay in Game of Thrones. So, lightsabers won't be tricky for him. So, I guess he's fine. Loads of people wanted Liev Schreiber to be it as well, which would have been a good pick. Looks more like Ray Stevenson, or could have anyway. But there you go. There you go. Ray Stevenson recast, Ahsoka Season 2. Steamrolling ahead. What do you think? Let me know down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.